Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Guys, as you're tuning in, hit that thumbs up. And as you are doing so, quickly remember our disclaimer. Remember that trading, like any other business here in the States, is risky. It has its pros and its cons. And this is not get rich quick. It takes time, months, more commonly years, to get efficient and proficient. Whilst you're at it, if you're new, remember to utilize a simulator, utilize risk money. Likewise, if you are around the community and have been trading but are not quite where you need to be. All right, so take it slow, take it slow, take it slow. All right. Besides that, remember that the live streams and recaps are not an invitation to copy trade. There's a formal way of learning, which we can talk a little bit more later in the video. All right. Lastly, I do not invest money for my subscribers. Be careful of the fake Relentless Trader accounts and impersonators and scammers out there pretending to be me. I will never message you first. I will never ask for money. I do not do copy trading or mirror trading, none of that nonsense. All right, guys, stay safe. Be careful down in the YouTube comment section. Be careful on Discord, TikTok, Instagram, and all other social media. Let's jump into today's recap. Hit that thumbs up. Here we go. So, stock SPCB, we're currently up 400 bucks on, and I believe we read 250 on SMX. So, today's date number 3 of Trader Rehab. Me sizing down, taking it easy, and just looking, to get back on the consistent side of things. I still think the market is a little on the slower side. And so, I don't know if sizing back up right now is the answer. I still want to take it a little easy and, maybe, Thursday, Friday we size up again or maybe into the new week, but we'll see. But it's just still been on the slower side. SPCB, whilst this stock did give a decent move, we really prefer something between 2 and 10. But sometimes you got to work with what you have, and that's what we try to do here on this stock. So we started off the day a bit of a sell-off, and then we started to bounce up a bit, and I started to watch these levels down here above VWAP. I did mention that this range down here was a great area for anyone who held longer. And for me, a lot of the times I'm watching these same areas, but I'm really stopping out too quick. When I should be in just for 3, 4, 5 minutes holding, I'm in only for a minute, maybe a minute and a half, sometimes 30 seconds, sometimes just 10 seconds. And I think, for me, really getting in, putting that stop in on the lows of the candlesticks and letting the stock go, could have resulted into a better sequence here for me going up. But besides that, we did have some good trades, captured some opportunities, a nice pullback in here as we continue to push for new highs up to 77, and then again a little sideways consolidation right here. You can see we had the lows again, but for people holding longer, right, if we're in and we're saying, man, I'm going to give this thing some time, before I stop all here below these candles, it pushes up for you. It pushes up nicely, and then again right here, it's a bear flag. It's a little weaker coming down, but we hold up and we go. Now right here is where you got to be careful, right? So we did break down this time, and sometimes it comes down fast where you don't get the chance to get a tight stop, but you have to know what you're looking to risk. If you are a little uncomfortable, you can use smaller size. That way, if it does go down quickly like it did, you don't really get caught. And I saw a big flush here, man. I'm like, man, that doesn't look good. But this thing absolutely just, I mean, you can't make this stuff up sometimes, from big red, and at the time this was a massive red candle. The move up, it just happens to be so insane that, I mean, what percentage is this? Let's see. This thing literally does a 33% move. Just ridiculous. It sells off and then it bounces, it sells off again, and then we're kind of like, up another big move up here later into the day. This is around 12:15, and from there it's kind of been down and a little sideways. SPCB, but you know, for me, a lot of the trades came as we're pushing up here into this consolidation again, watching these areas for the move higher, things like that. So SMX, the stock we lost on today, you know, so in this chop, there is a range. There's a high and there's a low. And the key really when watching at this type of stuff is, can I be in here, selling here? Can I be in down here, selling here, right? That's the key for a range. But sometimes it's a little tricky because, you know, the price action is coming through, the level 2 isn't really as clear, and, you know, when we're not really choosing a trend, there's always that risk of, you know, the breakdown, and maybe this thing is going to start trending down. And so at times I'm not as confident to be in low holding long enough for the bounce. And you know, amongst that, the volatility. You know, sometimes you're not getting the entries you want, sometimes you're not getting the entries you need with how fast it's fluctuating. You know, maybe it comes from 320, boom, 310, back to 320. It's moving so quick at times that's a little tricky to really get to take advantage of the range. You know, the stocks that are usually giving a chance at the lows are the ones I can get a better entry in and be able to get some better trades. Guys, stay hydrated. So yeah, as we're gonna take another sip. You know, a little choppy for me. And also, you know, I was really and truly looking forward to an uptrending stock. So when, you know, in the first few minutes when this one was kind of doing its thing up and down, you know, if I saw SPCB or any of the other watch list stocks starting to push, I'm kind of switching my focus over there. Like, okay, maybe this is the one to keep an eye on, and that's gonna actually give the uptrending move throughout the morning. That ended up not being the case. The other stocks were just as weak. IMUX, you know, awful. MOB, you know, awful. Selling off in the first couple of minutes. But you know, for example, like right here, as this is pushing up, I'm watching like, you know, maybe there's something there. Or once we make the, well, yeah, right here, you know, we had the new low. Okay, the 1 minute candle makes the new high. I'm watching there. Doesn't make, you know, it doesn't continue. And it's like, okay, maybe it's not that. SPCB, this one started off with a green candle and then sold off. So yeah, but SMX, you know, we ended up having a lot of chop, and then another area today where we had a big sell off, big drop, and then huge rip, absolutely massive red to green in there. A little unexpected, and then what does suck is that we don't really hold up. If we can pull back, okay, we do pull back into these lows again. You know, if we can consolidate here, it would be nice. You know, see maybe a bit of a flag, and then can we curl back up? Okay, even if we have a couple of candles like this, you know, like that, and then we finally, you know, get the squeeze back up. This is what we want to see, but you know, we're not really getting that right now. The stocks are just like selling off after the push. So be careful with these big drops, you know, then again here going down. So that was essentially the day, just another slow day for me, just taking it easy, not looking to be overly aggressive. You know, we're now on our third green day. So that's good. But they've been pretty small green days. When we size back up, we got to be careful not to have a big red day. But that's okay too. You know, right now it's just all about consistency, and we're waiting for good momentum. You know, we'll push the size back up, and yeah, you know, we'll see how it goes. So with that being said, guys, hit the thumbs up. Check out those links down below for the scanning software that I use here, which is Momo Pro, right? Code Relentless for 25% off. If you guys want to check it out, you know, this is the stock scanner that I use. You guys can also check out the links for TraderView. Although they're having, Thinkorswim is having some issues right now, but TraderView is pretty good. TraderView is the platform that I use to track my data in terms of my stats, my metrics, and things like that. So you guys can check that out too. I have some links down below for that stuff. You know, you guys can, this is what this is, by the way. Let's just pull it over here quickly. Yeah, you know, it tracks your data here. It's not bad. And then of course you guys can check out Merciless Markets. This is the day trading course that I have. You guys can now utilize coupon code Tim, who is part of the community now, one of the new mentors, moderator in the Discord. Tim, you guys can check out his archives, or you guys can check out the silver or gold platform. All right, don't forget, silver is now a crash course. It still has a lot of detail packed into it, but for those of you who are looking for the full access, that will be gold, which does have the 3 month payment or the yearly payment. All right, you guys can see everything right here. Be sure to check out this checklist to see what you can gain access to from which, from each subscription. All right. So with that being said, it's been Relentless Trader. It's been a good recap. This is how you can formally learn how to trade, right? An organized, structured way. Low, we teach our students to approach the market in a low risk way, a low exposure way. That way, you're not losing a ton of cash, right? Because it's so easy to come with a big account and then blow it up. So, not to overtalk it, I'm still not really feeling super well. Yesterday from feeling like, amazing to today, just, I don't know, headache and just, gloomy feel. But we're still trying to get the recap out. We still pushed through and traded. I knew I felt, it's like no matter how bad I feel, I think I could still trade. Right? It's not always great, but it's good enough to get the job done. So hit that thumbs up and we're out of here. Stay safe, stay green, bright and early again tomorrow at 9:10 a.m.